Hello, Witchfolk. Welcome to our coven. We are angels on broomsticks. We're a mother-daughter duo. I'm Kristin.
And I'm Evangeline. And it's Thursday, so you're tuning in to Witches, Bitches, Martinis, and Makeup.
That's nice, dear.
The bell is here to stay. So this is our Thursday series where we have a cocktail of the day, we do our makeup, and we talk about witchy and bitchy things. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. And the cocktail of the day is red sangria.
Yes.
Put a lot of triple sec and brandy into this. I just followed a recipe and it was a bit much.
We just used to put 7-Up and red wine.
Oh, yeah, in case you're wondering why. Now, makeup of the day.
Yeah, so we got our inspiration from the Melt Palette, the waiting room, because we're doing, the concept is heaven and hell. So we got hellish colors and heavenly colors. Mm-hmm. And guess who's who? Can you tell?
Can you tell who's heaven and who's hell? So that being said, can you guess what we're talking about? The Lil Nas X MONTERO Call Me By Your Name music video. We're also going to be talking a little bit about the Witch movie because these all have satanic imagery that we see as inspiring, subverting the norm, and all about just like rejecting things that have repressed you. So that's what we're going to be chatting about today, and we're going to do these pretty crazy heaven and hell makeup looks. So definitely keep on watching. Okay.
Getting ready now.
Ready. The usual.
Putting on my auric.
Okay, I'm just going to get right into it today. Because if you have not seen the Lil Nas X MONTERO Call Me By Your Name video, stop, pause right now. Go and watch it. I'll have it linked down below. Okay, you're back. Okay, so if you haven't seen this video or whatever, I'll give you some context. Basically, this is a music video where Lil Nas X is in heaven. He gets expelled from heaven, goes down on a strip pole to hell and gives the devil a lap dance and slits his throat and takes his horns. So it's all about satanic hell imagery, and he has come out as queer and he's a black man, so all those things together and his intersectional identity make this a very empowering music video. And then he came out with the sneakers, the 666 pairs of sneakers. Did you hear about that part?
I heard about that part, but I didn't see the sneakers.
Okay, well, we'll put them here. They're like, I feel like they're from the 90s technically. I know, I want them, but we can't get them.
Why?
For multiple reasons.
Like
so they're
what?
not actually like issued by Nike. This company and him collaborated to take these like vintage Nike shoes, put a drop of human blood in each one, in the like air bubble sole, and put an inverted pentagram, and there was a quote referenced from the Bible, and it was Luke 10:18, which references, so he told them, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. Nike issued a, what do you call it, lawsuit against them, so.
Oh no.
They weren't even planning to make more, but.
Nike, why?
Did anybody see that quote from that governor? Governor.
What did he say?
She was like, why are these shoes being sold as exclusive or something? You know what is exclusive? Your God-given soul. We must put a stop to this. So the sneakers was a great promotion for the video. Now everybody's talking about it, and you have your super, super conservative Republican Christians freaking out about it. And I feel like everyone else just thinks it's nice, Lane. But
That's really funny.
yeah, the shoes, I saw them and I was like, oh, I want those. But then it's like, they're $1,000 a pair. They sold out in a second.
Oh, so they were for sale.
They were for sale for a second.
Where were they for sale?
I don't know, on the website. Miley Cyrus has a pair.
No, of course she does.
Yeah. Makes sense she does, because I realized, Billy Joel, Billy Joel.
Billy Ray
Cyrus was in his video Old Town Road, so they collaborated.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So basically, I wanted to talk about how satanic imagery is being like reappropriated by marginalized people and how empowering that is, basically. If you pay attention to this video, it's more than just what you see on the surface. There's a lot of references in it. There's references to Plato's Symposium. There's a quote on the tree, which is referencing this part that talks about the origin of love. And you know how the Greeks were all like into homoerotic stuff?
Yeah.
It was about love as being, you know, for a man, a woman for a woman. And it's like you're trying to find your other half because everyone got split down the middle. If you know Hedwig and the Angry Inch, you're probably familiar with this story. So that's referenced when he goes down to hell. There's, in Latin, I think, on Satan's throne, it says they condemn that which they do not understand. When he's in the Colosseum under persecution, they're throwing butt plugs at him, not rocks. Oh. I didn't notice at first.
That's hilarious.
Okay, so when he's in the garden and that snake-like figure's coming at him, that's actually a reference to how Lilith, like in Judaism, she's referenced as Adam's first wife. She was depicted a lot as part snake, part woman, and she wanted to be on top of Adam when they had sex, and she wanted to seduce him, and she didn't want to listen to him, so she ended up getting banished, and then Eve came along. So
I did not know that. Someone before Eve?
They don't. It's recognized in Jewish mythology of the Bible, but not in Christian. Yeah, Lilith. So she's been coming up more in pop culture.
Yeah, the Lilith Fair.
The Lilith what?
Lilith Fair.
What's that?
That's the music festival that was all girl bands. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
How old are you again? I forgot. You don't remember that?
No.
Lilith Fair.
It makes sense though. Lilith is like a icon now.
Yeah.
So those are some hidden gems in the music video, but just in general, I've noticed how much satanic imagery is now becoming popularized in pop culture. I saw it a lot in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Oh, you and that.
They worship a satanic cult. There's a character of Lilith in it, and they are all witches who are empowered, and they, instead of say like, praise God, they always go, praise Satan.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Like it's so funny. It's so campy. And it's the same with this music video. I feel like anyone who's like offended by this isn't critically thinking
doesn't get it. Yeah.
God, do you not get it? Like, I don't know. They just take it so literally. They don't understand it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like that senator, she clearly thinks.
Oh, they take everything so literally.
Yeah.
They've always been like that ever since Tipper Gore. Do you know her?
No.
She's the one who made CDs have, parental discretion.
Okay, yeah. I remember reading about her, and it was kind of racist, too, when that was happening.
She's a terrible person. It was in the 80s.
Yeah. Apparently, the 80s and 90s, I think, was when this panic over Satan became
the 1980s satanic panic.
Satanic panic.
Yeah.
Do you remember it happening?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Why was
They used to, there was a school, I think in California, the McMartin School, where they accused the people there of sacrificing children.
Oh, my God.
It was a daycare, under 5 years old. It was a family-run daycare. McMartins were their names.
I know.
And they were, brought to trial. There was a TV movie of the week about it.
But were they actually doing weird shit?
It was one of those things where they proven that the when children are impressionable and you can kind of guide them when you're questioning them.
Oh.
Maybe they did something bad, but they weren't Satan worshippers.
Right.
And all kinds of satanic panic was going on. That was just one.
I'm trying out this new NYX brow pen. It's different than what I'm used to. I got that NYX brow pen.
Oh, nice.
So the actual song by Lil Nas, the lyrics and everything they're about the joy of gay sex and the frustration of being in a closeted life, in a stigmatized identity, and it's about the frustration of loving someone who's still in the closet. I guess that's why it also references Call Me By Your Name.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you've seen that movie, because it's like a illicit gay love affair. It's called Montero, because that's Lil Nas's, it's his actual name, his given name. So it's written to his younger self from his older self. Apparently he grew up. By the way, I know this blush looks insane right now. Don't you worry.
Well, she's satanic.
Yeah, I want to be
So-
red and satany. He grew up in a very Christian household, and he did experience a lot of shame and guilt around his identity. So yeah, this is writing to his younger self, and obviously coming from a place of feeling a lot more empowered about his identity. So basically, you can see how videos, like imagery like this, the reclamation of this idea of going to hell, which is what people are telling him, well, you're going to go to hell because you're gay, he goes to hell. You know, it's taking away that fear, that stigma, and flipping it on its head and making it empowering. And then, so we wanted to also talk about the movie The Witch, which I made her watch this weekend.
Guys, you got to watch this movie. It's with your favorite girl from Queen's Gambit.
Yes.
You love her, don't you? She's a child in this.
She's so young.
She's so young. But you can recognize her by the eyes.
It's about like Puritan, satanic hysteria. And she's like growing up in the middle of buttfuck nowhere because they got like thrown out of their colony. And all this creepy shit starts happening. And the family just basically starts accusing her of being the witch who's brought a curse upon the family. And they're all like praising to Jesus. And they just cast out their daughter practically. There's so many twists and turns, but there's this goat called Black Phillip who's supposed to be Satan in disguise, who's whispering. And what I love about this movie is how it's like using so many like old creepy horror movie tropes of a witch in the forest, and really showing them like baby sacrifice and blood and doing all the things that witches of old were supposed to be doing, like
Sacrificing babies.
yeah. So they used to think that witches sacrificed babies to fly. So that's what they show in this movie. They sacrifice babies to fly. We know now that they just use hallucinogenic ointment on the ends of broomsticks. No babies were sacrificed in the making of that. Anyway, by the end, you sort of get this bigger picture of what it is, and you see this idea of Satan offering a choice. He's offering her things like, would you like to taste butter? Would you like to live deliciously and see the world? And she's sort of like, yes, I do. So I see this Satan imagery coming up because it's like offering choice. It's offering a very different idea and narrative than what very conservative Christians do, which is no choice. No, nothing. You have to live like this. This whole idea of original sin in itself is so bizarre to me. It's like Eve was offered a choice and she took it, and now she's a sinner. And you're all sinners and you all inherited it because she made a choice to learn things. And so all this satanic imagery coming up is just reclaiming that. It's just saying, yes, I've chosen a choice, even if it's diabolical in your eyes, even if it is actually diabolical, as in the witch. Because it's baby sacrificing. Okay, I'm taking this color fix on my eye as well. I actually don't really have a massive plan, but red and black, Satan. You're going white.
Well, I'm taking a white crayon. I don't know what I'm doing, quite honestly. I think I'll cut a crease somewhere along the line.
Maybe I should do something like that.
What would Jesus do?
What would Jesus do? What would Satan do?
Anyway, I'm going to make my eyes look very heavenly. And when you think of heaven, what do you think of? Cream cheese? Me too.
So you're going to make your eyes look like cream cheese?
No, I'm going to make them look like clouds.
We noticed that our actual handle, Angels on Broomsticks, has that dichotomy of angels and you know, something more satanic and devilly like witches. Angels on Broomsticks.
Yeah, we finally noticed that.
when you think about all this imagery as well, like this acceptance of this dark side, the archetype of the witch, the mantle of the witch, it's often talking about an archetype that embraces both the light and the dark, which is exactly what you're seeing in all of these movies and music videos. I honestly thought you would hate the Witch movie.
No, I loved it.
Oh, you said it was like
The Village, which is Midsummer meets The Village.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about Midsummer, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Which I'm shocked you like as well.
Well, I'm horrified by it. Like, I'm the only person who doesn't find it hilarious.
No, my friend thinks it's the most horrifying thing and was mad at me for saying it was kind of funny.
Well, the little neighbor, well, she's 17.
Yeah.
She thought it was hilarious. Laughed. I was so disturbed by this movie. Yeah, thoroughly disturbed, like nightmares. I saw this Angela Brights. She's a makeup artist on YouTube. She cut a crease just with shadow. It's so good. It's so easy to do. Like it, saves you from cutting a crease with concealer. It's not messy.
Yeah.
It's so smart.
Okay, so I'm not fussed about these shapes being uneven right now because I'm just going to take black and start blending that out. See how that goes. I wonder if people who are so fussed about like this music video, like are they like actually fussed about it? Do they actually care or are they just reacting?
They're reacting.
Like are they actually thinking, oh, he's channeling the devil?
Well, I heard that like something like, it sounds too much, but 98% of Americans believe in God and heaven and hell.
Yeah?
Doesn't that sound like too much?
Where did you hear that?
I googled up heaven and I came across a lot of websites, of reverends or whatever blogs talking about heaven.
Yeah.
And like it's like they're talking about something that was real, like the price of real estate. Like
right.
It's like, okay, guys, you realize you're talking about like a construct designed to help govern people.
Yes.
Heaven is just in your own mind.
Yeah.
Like, I believe in heaven because I believe Betty went to heaven and she's sitting on my dad's lap and he's sitting on his lazy boy.
That's our old dog.
And that's my old dad.
Yes.
He's there. He's in heaven, but only exists in here.
Yeah. Well, taking this idea of heaven so literally that you think other people are damned and you think...
Yeah, you can't because you have to be a little bit more Buddhist than that.
And these ideas of what's wrong, it's just so fucked up. They're so afraid of the carnal, the physical, which is what a lot of sexuality is like. Why do they think that's so bad? Why?
It's because they're doing it.
Yeah.
And they're liking it.
I always think anyone who's super homophobic is because they're closeted.
Oh, for
and
sure.
then I feel sad for them because they don't ever get to come out because they're so in their own mind fucked up about it. I feel bad for those people. Being filled with hatred towards others and then towards yourself. What a sad life. I was thinking of the show It's a Sin, the one on Prime with the guy from Years and Years in it. Mm-hmm. And it's about in the 80s, the AIDS crisis. And they talk about why he continued to have unprotected sex after he knew he was positive, even knowing in a way what the consequences were. And there's this sort of speech at the end from his friend about it. It's like, you've instilled so much shame in him. He thinks he deserves this, and he thinks this is what they are condemned to for their choice of who they love. And that it's so instilled that he would jeopardize other people's lives, and that's on them, is what she says. That's on you for creating this terrible stigma, this terrible fear. Yeah, the AIDS crisis was... You said you remember it.
I lived through it.
Quite well.
Yeah, I had friends who were gay and got AIDS and died.
probably the reason even research took so long. Why it took so long to find a cure was the stigma. Doctors refuse to treat people. It's so disgusting. And they think that is okay. Ugh. Anyway, what I was thinking about was how I can't wait to go to like a gay nightclub, and they're probably gonna play this song and just see the reactions of everybody. I think it's probably gonna be so beautiful.
When pandemic is over.
When pandemic's over, obviously.
Yeah, because AIDS was a pandemic back then.
Yeah.
Too.
Okay, this always happens. One side's rounder than the other, so I must concentrate.
I must put some glitter. Glitter. Is it even showing up? Damn.
This movie, The Witch, it has no mirth. So that's why I thought you would hate it.
Yeah, because I hate a movie without mirth.
There's no mirth.
I love a song. Like, I hate funny songs. I hate happy songs.
Yeah.
I only like really dour, moaning from a cave, Morrissey type songs.
Yeah.
But nothing I hate more than a movie with no mirth.
And yet this movie had no mirth, except for the very end.
What was a movie that had no mirth that just...
The Glass Castle. We had to stop. You wouldn't watch it. You're like, it has no mirth. I can't watch this. We had to stop.
Just misery upon... Oh, Angela's Ashes. Like, have a sense of humor. You're Irish. Come on. This is better. Oop. This is my... This one is my Terra Moons. Phoenix. This is like the best shadow in the world. Looks white, but it comes out gold. Whoa. Yes. Okay. Now we're cooking.
Maybe I'm going to take a bit of the silver, and that's my inner corner. Is that weird?
No.
I gotta clean it up first.
I got some cleaning to do. And some splaining here. I made little wings. Look.
Oh, nice. Cute.
This isn't bad. It's very...
I feel like mine's looking weird. I'd never wear this.
Yeah, but
whatever.
we have to wait till we put on our mascara.
Should we put our mascara on?
Yeah, we're going to go off and put on our mascara and watch an episode of Sex and the City while we do it. We're talking about my forcep head.
Which is a thing?
Yeah, for people born in my decades. Yeah, they pulled you out with forceps, so your face is all smushed. So my eyes are like birds. You didn't have forceps. You came out naturally.
Naturally from the womb of sin.
She was square, round-headed. We call it a square round head.
Square round?
Because it took you for so long to come out. You didn't have a bullet head. Like, I must have had a bullet head and, like, being pulled out with forceps.
Yeah.
Now my eyes are not in properly. No wonder I have astigmatism.
It is such a thing. You're supposed to, like, let the baby, like, chill there for a bit so its head, like, rounds.
Yeah, that's it.
Midwives would have helped you out with that. You know what they are? They're witches.
Well, you came out nicely.
I did.
You chilled out.
Nice.
I didn't have a midwife. I had a really nice doctor.
Yeah, you did, except for that nurse, though.
It wasn't a nurse. It was an intern, and he came in while I was in labor, and he said, "Oh, you better go home. You better go home. You're not going to give birth till maybe next week." I gave birth literally 7 hours later.
Go home.
And he said, because of course my husband brought a 6-pack and a Scrabble board. He brought a
Dad would.
So he said to me, "Is your husband a falling down drunk?" No, like he brought a 6-pack, which I wouldn't let him drink because the smell was so, it was like, no, just the ice chips. No Scrabble for me either.
Yeah, I would imagine you can't really focus on Scrabble all the time like that.
No. So yeah, that was the story of my birth.
My grandma had to, on my dad's side, her husband, my grandpa, told her they're not together anymore. He told her to not embarrass him when she gave birth because he worked at the hospital. So when she gave birth, she made sure not to make a sound, and she made sure to have her hair and her makeup
hair was all
fully
bouffant.
done. False lashes.
She had false lashes. She looked great.
She did look good, but not that we'd be opposed to falsies.
We probably would do that now.
We'd probably do it, but not for men's.
No, of course not. For Satan.
For Satan. Okay, lips. Red.
I'm doing a ethereal mermaid Fenty Beauty lip gloss. So pretty.
That is so pretty. Okay, I'm going to use some blacky thing and see what happens.
What is it?
KBD thing.
Nice.
Oops.
KBD, very satanic brand.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah. I wanted to do red in the middle, but it wasn't working out for me. I'm just going over it. The sangria hit me harder than I anticipated.
Because you put booze in it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay.
So disturbing?
Yeah.
In a Satan way or in a not good way?
No, in a Satan. Satan. Come to me.
Satan! We aren't panicked about Satan.
No, we're panicked about
COVID?
Yeah, COVID.
Those are the things.
We haven't got our shots yet, friends in the USA.
Yeah. Slow process here in Ontario. Anyway, these are the finished looks. Mm-hmm. Satan and hell. Angels and heaven. Anyway, we definitely think you should check out the Lil Nas X video if you haven't seen it already. And The Witch.
The Witch with that girl from the Queen's Gambit.
So creepy, horror, but good, and it actually ends up pretty empowering in my opinion.
Yes.
So anyway, we'll see you next time. Have a good week. Have a ride on a broomstick. Okay. Bye, witches.
Bye, witches.